opportunity to be taken through the full retail offering to the consumer, because quite frankly, that is the most important piece, is to understand the offering to the consumer. Because in terms of a business, one of the things that's very important for everybody to know is that if you really want a long-term business, if you want a business that's going to generate for you residual income, if you want the kind of business that you know is long-term, that you can actually pass down to children and grandchildren, in other words, a generational type business, then it's critical that you have retail customers willing to pay full retail price for your product or service with no vested interest in the business or even knowledge there's a business opportunity attached. So again, if you haven't had that opportunity, whoever invited you on the presentation, please be sure to get back to them and say, I need for you to show me now the total offering that DubLi has for the consumer. So having said that, let me also talk a little bit about DubLi as they prepared to develop this model. And there's a couple of things that I believe are important as you look at a business to determine whether it's something that really is something you want to engage in long term. Number one is the company and how long it's been in business. What kind of leadership at the very top do you have that's guiding the company? What type of leadership do you have in terms of operations and running it on the day-to-day business? And then what is that true offering to the consumer? And so we're going to go through that information today to really bring that information to you so that you understand it very clearly. Now I want to start with a little bit of history in terms of the company. Now what's important here is I want you to follow this timeline, because this is very, very important. DubLi was originally founded in June of 2003. Now they went 3 years without generating a single dollar in sales. All they did was spend money, because everything about this business model had to be built from the ground up. In other words, the programming that needed to be done had to be custom designed and programmed. People had to be hired and trained. Relationships with vendors and suppliers needed to be established and enforced. Models needed to be developed and run. And it took them 3 years to get them to a point, which would have taken them to 2006, where they felt good enough about what they'd accomplished in that time frame that they ran a test in 4 German-speaking countries in Denmark. Now, they ran this test with one component only, and they ran it for 2 more years. Now, that takes them from 2006 to 2008. During that 2-year period, they did some refinements, some modifications, but then in 2008, they felt good enough about the additions they made to the model that they launched all of the EU simultaneously with what existed in those days. And in 2008, we launched North America with one component and one component only. Now, in 2009, we introduced the shopping mall. Now, in those days, it was just an affiliate program, nothing close to what we have today. In 2010, we introduced the entertainment division. 2011, we introduced the travel division. In 2012, we introduced the customer acquisition component. 2013, they spent the year, including parts of this year, integrating all of those pieces, all of the parts, into a single global platform deliverable into roughly 200 countries in multiple languages, multiple currencies. 11 years this company has been in development to get them where they're at today. That tells you something right there about a company's commitment to their business to take that much time to be able to develop a model of where they wanted it to be. Now, they're a publicly traded company. They're on the OTC, and as such, they have a board of directors. Now, they have a headquarters in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. They also have a headquarters in Berlin, Germany, and they have a headquarters in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. So again, as you look at the business and you look at DubLi, it's good to know that you've got it's not a startup in terms of length of time in business, but you've got an established company that has been willing to spend the money and the time to get them to where they're at today. Now, the second piece to that equation is the people. Now, I mentioned they were a publicly traded company, and as such, they have a board of directors. Now, chairman of the board is a gentleman by the name of Blas Moros. Blas is one of the original founders with Bill Gates at Microsoft. In fact, Bill Gates and the original founder of Apple, who's passed away, have both credited with Blas as being one of the 5th most important people in Microsoft's history. He's credited with much of their international expansion, especially in South America and to China and some of the Pacific Rim. He's chairman of the board. Lester Rosenkrantz is on the board of directors. Lester has been instrumental in assisting a number of companies moving from the private sector into the public sector, and assisting them in the development of their financial basis to be able to make that happen. David Sassnet was also a CFO on a NASDAQ publicly traded company. He's got a financial background. He's been instrumental in assisting DubLi in establishing a model that is profitable and is the kind of model that will bring great value, not only to the board of directors and stockholders, but also to the end user, the consumer as well. Now, Michael Hansen is the founder of DubLi. He's the gentleman was the brainchild behind all of this, and this is the brain trust, if you will, that's guiding this company as they move forwards. Now, in terms of the day-to-day business, you have Eric Nelson as the chief financial officer, tremendous background, primarily out of the retail world, to make sure that they've got the right people in the right place. And by the way, the company has taken years to go out and find the right people in the respective countries to be able to do their jobs within their respective niches to have a very solid foundation. That includes Rick Daglio, who's the CTO, Chief Technology Officer. He came from Microsoft. You've got Alex Petrolak, who's the CMO. He handles the partner program, very extensive background. Rick Robeson, head of customer support, was heading up one of the nation's largest customer support groups before DubLi hired him on board. So in other words, they've done a remarkable job. They have the right people in the right place to be able to have the foundation and the staffing necessary to be able to take this company to the levels and the direction that they wanted to move, what they want to move into. So again, the second component there is the people. Now the third component is really the offering to the consumer. And to me, that is the most important piece, because you've got to have that end user, again, who's willing to pay full retail price for the product or service that you're looking to promote. Now, when you look at DubLi today, I mean, you look, for example, at the shopping mall. We've got one of the largest malls in the world. Every major brand, every major factory, every major supplier you can think of. And I don't care if you're talking about Nordstrom, Walmart, Target, Walgreens, Lord & Taylor. You're talking about Apple products, you name it. They're all there, every single one of them. Look at the travel side of it. Every major supplier you can think of. And again, I don't care if you're talking about Priceline, Orbis, Expedia, Hotels.com, you name it, they're all there. The thing about DubLi, especially on the global platform, and as you look at travel, for example, every major travel search engine in every country has been tied into DubLi. So it doesn't matter where customers logging in from. It gives the consumer the opportunity to have absolutely everything at their disposal. You look at the financial services, insurance, telecom, the brands, everything is in place for the customers. Now, the customers themselves are registered with DubLi for free. There's no charge. Now, all of the vendors pay our customers cash back, and it will vary from supplier to supplier. And so the great news is, for a consumer, what DubLi says to them is this: what we want you to do is the same thing you do every day of your lives. Well, you know, same brands, same stores, same service companies, same products, same price or better price for us. Do it in a convenient way. We're going to see if we can help you do it in a convenient way. Save money on gasoline, your time, your energy, your effort. We'll have it delivered to your home in a buying experience that you enjoy. If we can do that, you'll use us. If we can't, you won't. But on top of that, we're going to pay you cash back doing exactly the same thing you're going to do anyway that you can't get going direct to exactly the same source doing exactly the same thing. Now, we also have some packages available for customers when they understand and recognize the value to the offering that they have given to them by DubLi. One of them is what we call our premium package for a customer. Now, it's $4.95 a month on a month-to-month basis. The premium customer has a lot of benefits, additional benefits that come along as being a premium member. Plus, they also earn 4% cash back across the board on every single dollar they spend, regardless of the store, the service company, wherever they're going in. And it's paid annually, like the Costco model. Now, I use Costco as an example because my wife and I have our corporate Costco card. And you know, we pay, I don't know, $135 a year, something like that. And at the end of the year, we get 2% cash back. But we don't get any cash back on any other store we go into. Now here, $4.95 a month, call it $5 a month, $60 a year, 4% cash back everywhere you go. Again, whether you're in a Nordstrom or you're going directly to Apple or Target or Walmart or wherever you're going to Priceline, you're going to Expedia, 4% paid annually at the end of the year. That's an amazing offering to the consumer. I believe it'll be the largest amount of a chunk of funds that they'll see at any one given time put right into their bank account, probably exceeding maybe if they got a refund check from the IRS. It's a great offering to the consumer. Then we also have what we call our VIP members. Now they pay $99 a year. It's a one-time fee. Again, they get all of the things the free customer get, just like the premium does. They have a whole lot of additional benefits that go along with it as well. But they now earn 6% cash back on every single dollar they spend. Doesn't matter where they spend it. Now their cash back is paid monthly, along with the free percentage is paid monthly. They don't have to wait a year like the premium customers do. So again, it truly is the best offering to the consumer. It's the best deal to the consumer. And when customers see what is available to them, if they don't start out with a VIP membership, they will automatically migrate to the VIP membership. And then the VIP members, as I mentioned, get a lot of other benefits. They get discounts in services and Priority Pass and Sports Event 365 and concierge privileges and all types of things. So it's a great value to the consumer. Absolutely great value. Now, this is the offering to the consumer today. And I say today because, again, this is the foundation that DubLi wanted to get to. All the other products and services that will be rolled out, and there's a lot more that will be rolled out over the next months and years to come, will be added to this foundation that's already in place. So again, we can see the value that there is for the consumer. And that's one of the reasons that I start with the retail side of the business when I do a presentation. Is it's important that people interested in the business side recognize the significance of what is being offered to the public. Now, let's talk a little bit about the business side. What DubLi has done is they've really taken all of the tools, all of the things that we as business associates need to run a global seamless business, from training to the academy and DubLi TV and Inside Man. There's a lot of great materials, support materials, training materials that have been made available for us to be able to run our business. And so for us to engage with DubLi, and I'm going to speak in terms of US dollars for the presentation, is it's $99 that gets us all of the materials, the registration, the things that we need to be able to run our business, as I mentioned, on a global basis. Then we have some product packages that are available to us that we choose that best fits what our business plan is. And a business plan, by that I mean what kind of business we want, what size business we want, how fast we want to grow our business. Do you want to be a regional business, national business, international business? And DubLi's got products that are available for us to select as we develop our business on those bases. Now, here that we have a package, it's $495. This particular package contains either some free 1-month VIP vouchers or 1 year. And I usually spend my time talking about the 1 year voucher packages because it's the quickest and easiest. It's $495 and it comes with 5 1-year VIP vouchers. Now those vouchers are $99 a piece. It's the same thing that I just showed you in the retail side a customer pays for. So it's basically $500, it's $495 worth of vouchers that you literally could sell and have all of that money back if you chose to do so, and almost have no cost in starting your business. So this is a way to get your business started. You're given a title of team member, and the only thing above that a business associate, a team member would need to do, for us to stay in good standing with DubLi, we all are, because we're in the customer acquisition business, we're about developing customers. The expectation is that we will be able to create just one VIP customer a month. Now we're not talking about a great deal of effort here. One VIP customer a month. It's a $99 voucher a month. Keeps us in great standings with the company. It's the only thing we need to do. And of course, that's what we'd want to do anyway, because at the end of the day, for all of us, it really is about customers and the transactions that customers are creating. Now, the other packages that are available, and again, it's based on a business plan a business associate brings to the table. We have what we call our TLA package. It's a Team Leader Accelerator package. Now, this package is $2,475. It does include that $99 registration fee, so that's already there. It also includes 15 of the VIP membership vouchers, but it also includes 100 of the 1-month trial VIP vouchers. So there's a tremendous retail product involved in this package. But this package is also designed for two types of people. Now, one of them, and included in the package, by the way, is what is called a partner program certification. And you get an immediate rank advancement to what is called a team leader status. And I refer to these packages many times as a rapid rank advancement tool if it's used for that purpose. But one of the types of people that select this package are those that are interested in marketing the partner programs. Now, the partner programs are a program for nonprofits and for-profit companies in a co-branded environment. In other words, they take everything that you just saw on DubLi.com and they have the ability to put their brand on it in partnership with DubLi, and they will earn a revenue stream from introducing the DubLi.com side of the business to their database as a way of saving them time, saving them money, and because of the introduction, they generate a revenue stream. Well, to market those, you need to go through the certification training. It's included in this package, and this is one of the types of people that will join, will select this package when they join DubLi. The other one is generally very professional business people, very successful people that have made really good money. They're the kinds of people that have the personalities that know one speed only, and that's like, light speed, 100 miles an hour. They want to move fast. They want to move through the compensation, which we'll talk about here in a moment. They want to get to the top as quick as they can so that as their business matures and grows, as they know it must, they will be able to maximize their income. So this is a package that's available for them. It's not necessarily a package for the masses, but it's a package that will fit a particular niche for an individual if it fits their business plan. We also have a couple of other TLA packages. This one's called a Platinum. These are specialty packages now. This is designed only, and I want to stress, only for an individual that knows that within the profit world, not nonprofit, but in the profit world, they know enough owners, decision makers, where they know they can market at least one partner program, because on the retail side of the business, those partner programs are $6,995 up front and basically $500 a month to maintain them, but the DubLi maintains it for them. So this is designed for them. It contains all the same goodies that the TLA package contains that I just showed you a moment ago. It can be very profitable for someone who has that kind of contact, because they could literally give away the year's maintenance, which you see that $5,988. They could literally give it away, and then just charge them the $7,000 for the registration, and basically get all their money back in a profit plus everything else is involved in it. But again, it's a specialty item designed specifically only for those people that know that they have enough contacts in the profit world, they'll get at least one. And then we also have the Elite package. That's $12,000, again, very specialized, not for the masses. This is only for those people that know they have at least enough contact in the for-profit world that of that, they will get at least 3 people that are decision makers, owners of companies that would want to have a co-branded site with DubLi. So these are packages. They're available. They're promotional packages, by the way. These two, they're not long-term packages. There will come a point in time that these two will go away, but the $495 package, the $2475 package are pretty much part of the standard for how we'll continue to develop our business. So those are the entry points for people engaging with DubLi and becoming part of our business. Now let's talk a little bit about how we make money in this, because as we go through the presentation, you've been given some information about the length of time DubLi is in business, the type of management that they have, both at the senior level and the operations side, and now we're going to talk a little bit about the income. And we got 2 sources of income. One is through what is called DubLi.com on the personal side. This is our customers and referred customers, and then through our organizational side, our organization's customers and referred customers. Now on the personal side, this is designed to show you a kind of a concept on how we generate income off of the personal development of our customer base, a personal customer base. This basically says this business associate's got a friend that lives across the street, and they become let's say they become a VIP customer. Well, this individual has a brother in the military that's stationed in Germany that becomes a customer. Who has a friend of his in the military stationed in Japan that becomes a customer. Has a friend of his that just got out of the military and is now living in California, became a customer, whose brother lives in Minnesota, became a customer, and his sister lives in Texas. In other words, the business associate has no idea who any of these people are. But DubLi will treat them all as if the business associate personally enrolled them. So that means there's this viral growth aspect of the retail side of our business for us personally, and we get paid 25% commission on every commissionable dollar, every commissionable transaction generated by these customers, no matter where they live, anywhere in the world. It's an amazing, amazing capability in terms of personal income based on a retail customer that is happy, excited about what they have, and is actually even compensated to bring us additional customers. Now, the second side, or the second source of income, is on the business building side. And this is through what we call DubLi Network. And this is where we have the ability to earn an additional 5 to as much as 27.5% on the transactional commissions created by our business associates and all of their customers and referred customers. Now, I'm gonna walk you through this as if we're building it organically, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some quicker ways also to make that happen. So if a business associate engages, they pay the $4.95. They're given the title of team member. You already saw what they will earn in terms of personal commissions at 25%. But they're also at the entry level on the business building side. And at the entry level, they'll earn a 5% commission on the business associates they enroll in whatever packages they choose and whatever transactions their customers generate. Now, when they personally enroll 3 people who will select the $4.95 package, they're each given the title of team member. Well, they will get their first promotion to what is called team leader. These are just titles, just don't worry about them. This is what we just call the individual when they get their promotion. As a team leader, they double their income capabilities. In other words, they're now capable of earning 10%. Now, I refer to this compensation plan as a differential compensation plan, meaning we're entitled to earn the difference between what we have, what our earnings capability is at our rank, minus what the earnings capability is from people in our organization. So in this example, this individual is capable of earning 10%. These folks would earn 5%. The difference between the two is 5%. So this team leader will earn 5% on all the products and services being bought by the business associates coming into the business and all the transactions being generated by the organization. Now, they will earn 10% on any new business they start, and then 5% on that business as it continues to grow and mature. Had somebody selected the TLA package, a 2475 package, coming out of the gate, they would actually start here at this rank with no organization and earn 10% even on those first few people that they engage in the business with their customers. Now, I will come back to that here in a moment, but I want to finish this portion of it as if we're building it organically. So by that I mean this. We're going to help these 3 individuals duplicate the effort of this individual by helping them enroll their 3. When they each have 3 people enrolled, they will also get a rank promotion to team leader. This individual will get another promotion to what we call team coordinator. As a team coordinator, they pick up an additional 5%. So now their earnings capability is 15%. But the difference between a team coordinator and a team leader is still 5%. But now the organization is growing, more people are coming in, more products are being bought, more customers are coming into the system, and more transactions are being generated. So it means the team coordinator's earnings are going up. Team coordinator will earn 15% on any new business he starts, 10% on that business as it grows and matures. As it hits the rank of team leader, it'll go to 5%. So you start to get kind of a feel for how the differential works. Now, we're going to take this one step further. We're going to help these 3 individuals. They each have 3 personally enrolled, and we're going to help them with their 3 personally enrolled so they enroll their 3 personally enrolled. So if you're graphing this out, you've got 3, 9, so we're going to help the 9 get their 3. There'd be 27 if you want to look at it that way on the 3rd level, and because when that happens, these individuals will get a promotion just like this individual did. So these 3 will become team coordinators, and when that happens, this individual gets another promotion to what we call sales director. Now, sales director picks up another 5%. His earnings capability is now 20. The differential between a sales director and a team coordinator is still 5%, but now you're talking about a much larger organization, more people coming into it, more customers coming into it, more transactions coming into it, and a sales director, their income is growing very nicely. They'll earn 20% on new business they start, 15% of that business as it grows and matures. When it becomes a team leader, it goes to 10%. So again, you start to get an idea of the differential for a sales director. Now, a couple of things. In our business, normally, when somebody hits the rank of sales director, they could have between 50 to as many as 300 people in their organization. Now, if you are building it organically in a perfect world, which we do not live in, and you went 3 people at 495 and then 9 more and then 27 more, that's a total of 39 people, could get you to sales director. If you use the TLA package, the one that I refer to as the Rapid Rank Advancement Tool, you came in with the 2475 package at team leader. If you enrolled 3 people that selected the same package, 2475, your team coordinator with a team of 3, help those 3 enroll their 3 for 9 more who also select the 2475 package. Your sales director with a team of 12, not a team of 39 in a perfect world, and not normally the 50 to 300 people. So it's just, again, one of the types of people that I mentioned that come in with that 2475 package are successful business people who want to move real quick, get to the top of the comp plan as fast as they can. Now, we're all smart enough to know just because you have a rank doesn't earn you income. It's getting there quickly so that as your business matures and grows, and we know it has to, then you maximize your income, you leave less money on the table. So that's just to give you an idea on how that works. Now, the next promotion from sales director is what we call vice president. Now, this is where it'll change a little bit. You need to have at least 5 sales teams, 5 separate sales teams. Anywhere in each one of those sales teams needs to be a sales director. They do not need to be personally enrolled. They could be anywhere. Now, when that happens, you pick up another 5%. Your earnings capability is now 25. Now, the differential between a vice president and a sales director is still 5 because it's 25 minus 20. But now you're talking about a very significant organization. Vice presidents have the capability of making some very, very handsome income. And they live very well, and it's a great position to be in. Now, vice president, when they enroll somebody brand new, will earn 25% on that business getting started, and then it's 20% as it grows and matures. It's team leader. So again, you see how the differential works. The top position in our business is senior vice president. You need a same basic structure, a minimum of 5 sales teams. Someplace in each one of those sales teams needs to be a vice president. Again, they do not need to be personally enrolled. When that happens, you get your promotion of the senior vice president, you pick up an additional 2.5%. Now, the differential between a senior vice president and a vice president is 2.5%. But let me tell you, you're talking about a massive organization. Senior vice presidents have a capability of making income that's just incredible to behold. And it sets us a new standard. So don't let the percentages fool you. We take money to the bank, not percentages. And when you've got an organization of that size, and you're talking about a transactional environment, it's a very, very strong income. Now, senior vice presidents, the differential works the same with them. They make 27.5% on new business they start. Then it's at 22.5%. And again, you see how that differential moves all along. Now, one other thing I want to talk about. DubLi recognizes the fact that, like in traditional business, you want to find really good people. And when you do, you want to keep them. So DubLi has a development in the Grand Caymans, and it's called DubLi Beach and Golf Resort. Now, this is an area that has been developed specifically for vice presidents and senior vice presidents only. And that will be a location where they will build their own villas. Now, the area that DubLi owns, the land that they own there, has the capabilities of with the current land mass they have for about 500 villas. And so there's a method by which, as you build your business, it's actually where this location is. It's across the bay from it's called Rum Point. And it's across the bay from the Ritz-Carlton. Now, there's a number of us that had a chance to go down there and see our lots and that type of thing. And the Ritz-Carlton is across the bay, and it's on a golf course. And the least expensive on that resort, the least expensive home for sale there is somewhere between $4 and $6 million. That's the least expensive. So this is going to be an amazing way for DubLi to reward the senior members of the team, if you will, and these are people that know how to lead, know how to train, know how to teach people, know how to take care of the organization, because that's how you get to the vice president, senior vice president ranks. And there's a timeline and competition, if you will, if you want to call it that, where you can earn your lot for free, and you literally could earn the entire villa for free, you know, if you hit certain guidelines. But even if you don't, that you have the ability to build there, have the villa of your dreams. What a great way to have that getaway, if you will, to be able to go and truly enjoy the fruits of your labor in terms of that. So DubLi has done a remarkable job of really putting together the pieces necessary to reward leadership, to reward everybody. It doesn't matter if we're talking about somebody part-time looking to make supplemental income for their families and know it's not going to go away. You know, this is an amazing business model. I liken it to Walmart. My background, I come out of the retail world, so I lived in that world for many, many years, and I worked for a chain that was a precursor to Walmart. So we saw Walmart come on the scene, and they didn't invent anything. All they did was, you know, put a lot of things under one roof and a lot of departments, and they made it cheap and easier for people to buy things. And so there are books that have been written on Sam Walton and Walmart, and it's on books on how they changed the dynamics of the buying public. Well, I firmly believe, in my opinion, is there will be books very soon written on the DubLi business model, and again, how the dynamics of the public have been changed, but globally in a much broader sense. Now, I want to give you a couple of examples of what I mean, because what I've given you right now is really the tip of the iceberg. But I want you to understand the concept. I want you to understand the end game, if you will, for DubLi. They had to get here first to go to where they're going to go. If you think about the banks and the credit card companies, they make billions of dollars annually on credit card transaction fees. Now, they don't care where we use our credit cards. They just want us using the credit cards that they issued us so that they get those transaction fees. What DubLi knows, based on the reports from all the so-called experts, and their report says that what people have historically done, spending money on gasoline, their time, their energy, getting their cars, going from place to place to place, they will do online or already are doing online, depending on the country they live in. But they will not go to 10, 20, 30 websites to do that. They will only go to communities where they feel safe and secure, communities that are fun and exciting, communities that bring them something of value they cannot get going to exactly the same place. Folks, that's what DubLi's building.